This week, we're going to take a look at trade estimates for Friday's USDA monthly supply demand report. We're also going to take a look at the first crop condition ratings for the season for corn, take a look at short-term weather trends, and wrap things up looking at trends in export sales. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the corn market. We've moved into the month of June now, and most of this crop is now planted. So what we're going to focus on this week is what the crop conditions look like as well as the weather. But before we get to that, there's a real big government report coming out on Friday, June 10th. It's the monthly supply demand report. Let's take a look at trade estimates for that report. Again, this report will come out Friday, June 10th, 11 a.m. Central Time. Take a look at corn. The trade is not looking for much of a change in the crop production estimate compared to where it was in May. Just fractionally lower. Same thing with the yield, fractionally higher, maybe a bit lower on acreage in Friday's report compared to where it was in May. The ending stocks estimate, however, is 1351 for new crop. That's a bit lower than what it was in May at 1360, and same for old crop, 1437 compared to 1440. Looking briefly at South American production, looking at Brazilian crop, maybe shaving that crop down a bit from what it was in May. In May at 116, the average trade estimate is 114.4. Here's the key message. Look at where those Friday numbers end up compared to what the trade range is, toward the upper or lower end of the range, or perhaps outside the range. But here's the key message. Be prepared prior to the release of the report by working closely with your trusted risk management advisor to have your strategy in place. Let's move on now and look at crop condition ratings. We're looking here at our nationwide map. What we're going to highlight this week is the states highlighted in green. It's the good to excellent rating is better than last year. I'll repeat that, better than last year. The states in red are worse than last year, and the states in yellow are unchanged. Looking at the western corn belt, primarily in a worse shape than last year, particularly in the southern plains, looking at states such as Texas, Kansas, Nebraska, and Colorado are all worse than last year. Moving closer to the Mississippi River, however, most states are a bit better than last year. And then you move into the far eastern corn belt, a bit worse to unchanged. Let's look at the history now of the crop condition index. We're at 3.80 for that first index. 5 would be a perfect crop, 1 would be the worst crop possible. We're right in line with where we were last year for early June. Notice there have been years where we've been worse than we are this year, highlighted 2019 and 2017. And there have been years where we've seen the crop off to a better start, most recently 2018. We'll follow this for you, of course, as the crop season proceeds. Let's move on now and focus on short-term weather. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm Weather. Now, with most of the crop planted now, we're going to focus on what the subsoil moisture looks like. We're looking at 30-day precip totals here. Again, a measure of subsoil moisture. Drier in that eastern area. As you move further east of the Mississippi River, you can see that dryness kind of sprouts up. More moist conditions, of course, up in the northern plains. Now we're going to switch gears into next week, June 16th to the 21st. We've got a warm pattern moving in. It's been kind of cool here in early June, but it is going to warm up. Now we move into this weekend, into next week. It's going to be kind of dry down there in the south. So kind of a mixed bag. Looking at future precip over the next 14 days now, we're looking at most areas in that light yellow color, which implies normal precip. Let's switch gears now to demand and look at trends in export sales. We're going to look at our unshipped sales chart here, again, highlighting that our unshipped sales to all destinations are lower than last year. However, China in the red is still the second highest book to China ever as we move into late May here in terms of reporting from the USDA. Now here's the key message. If you add the total from China as well as to unknown, it's 223 million bushels. That's a substantial amount of that total unshipped book. We don't know, however, if all those sales will be actually shipped. Will they be possibly rolled into 22-23, or might they be canceled? Again, something to keep an eye on as we move forward. Let's wrap things up this week looking briefly at trends in December corn futures. December corn, as we move into early June here, is trading near $7.15 a bushel. That is the highest price ever for early June, so strongly continue to encourage you to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage price movement. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an upload. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.